Hello and welcome ALTTPR fans to another ALTTPR League race. We are in week, this is 3 casual boots. This is a race between Aga's Backup Dancers featuring JohnTheBranch and 2000 Years to the Past featuring Digidude. My name is IB Karma and I am joined on the mic by JohnTheBranch's teammate Hitman. How you doing, Hitman?
Doing well today. How about you?
Doing pretty good. Excited to see a pretty good race. I see we got a team 2 and 3 for you guys, and it looks like Digidude is trying to get the first win for his team. They're currently sitting at the 0-5.
Could be a good race, I think.
So, how do you feel about Kaz boots in general?
I like it a lot. It's a nice, simple mode, usually on the faster end. Looks like we're off already.
Yep, we see JohnTheBranch off. JohnTheBranch off, 3 blueberries in the first chest. Rocking the Bowsette, while it looks like Digidude's rocking a... is that Minish Cap Link? It's one of the alternate Link sprites.
One of many.
I want to say that one's Minish Cap, though, because of the color and style on it.
Dropping into Uncle. Let's see what he's got for us today. Just some arrows.
Not exactly what you'd like to see early. I mean, the beginning's a little slow. We're going to be doing the standard escape. Kind of a neat newer feature is that in standard mode, the drops are not completely randomized for the players. They are actually set to where if both of them were to kill the same number of guards, they get the same drops.
Luckily, though, with the Kaz boot starts, we don't have to worry about bombs for the back of escape.
Always a good thing, even though it gave us 3 blueberries right inside Link's house. So it was generous anyways.
It's definitely good to have overall, though. You have for CAC, you have for South Shore.
It definitely, I think it gives you choices when we come out here. I still think we'll probably see the CAC play, because that's just the standard route most players take. But it does give you options, though, which I always like options. I like the chance at divergence.
Yeah, I always like to see a bow and escape, so this way you might see somebody make the quick Eastern Palace play.
I've seen some interesting starts this week, actually. I've seen, the normal CAC start. I've seen the save and quit to South Shore. I've seen the set up the water walk from the skull, the Lost Bandit drop down hole, to go do Ice Rod Cave in reverse.
Yeah, that's definitely a play you don't see very often.
No, that was the first time I'd seen it, I think since this round started. No, it was intriguing. So, nothing useful so far. Just a bunch of bombs, arrows, a map.
We're waiting on the small key that we're guaranteed to get. More bombs.
So, small key's in Dark Cross, which means everything behind it is an item.
And Digidude going with the pot strats.
And the pots do tempered sword damage, I think. That's 2 pots, or 8 slashes with your fighter sword.
And I believe he was down to 1 heart, so you definitely don't want to take a death.
No, that's a bad
Sends you all the way back to the beginning of the castle.
Your goal is to get out of here in under 6 minutes. If you're really pushing it, you want to be out of here in like the 520 range. And then you get the funky seeds where you get an early mirror, and that just screws everything up. And you're looking at getting out of here at like 4. So I know this is your guys' second matchup of the week. Looks like you guys took the first one. Immortal Koi versus Chadbert, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct, yes. Ended up being a very close race, came down to the wire.
Yeah, I think I caught the tail end of it. Definitely exciting, and it got me excited to lead up for this match too. Like, this might even be another really close race. What to see. Looks like JohnTheBranch's execution's a little bit sharper than Digidude's, at least at the beginning, for the escape sequence. We'll see if that continues.
Yeah, and any execution advantage can be mitigated by different routing choices. It's one of the beauties of Rando.
Yep. That's one of my favorite things on this is diversion. Like, I love to see runners take different paths and then ask them about their reasoning behind it later.
Alright, let's see what we have in the back of Escape. There's the bow. Half magic, that's nice. And $20.
Yeah, for how blah the front of Escape was, that back of Escape was rather nice, actually. And there's that bow, so... Is your teammate going to go straight to CAC, or is your teammate going to go to Eastern?
I think at this point he's still going to go to CAC first. We also don't know yet whether or not Eastern is a crystal or a pendant. We have not seen a map check yet.
That is also a fair point. We got a shield of protection from projectiles.
And here's the map check. We have crystals at Eastern and Hera, and a regular pendant at Desert. So we could definitely see an early Eastern play. First, we're going to see Bonk Rocks here. And more bomb.
A lot of explosives early. And by a lot, I mean a lot. It went over the 10 by at least 3 packs. The little pickles drop bombs. I think that's tier 2. He's definitely taking damage. It's tier 2. Is going to be arrows. Crabs or hearts.
Let's see what the Lumberjack holds today.
And that is a red bottle.
So more than likely won't be needed for progression.
About the only way that's needed for progression is if it's Moon Pearl on Sick Kid, with that being the only bottle. A stretch, but we know chat would love it. Alright, mushroom spots. Just a pizza heart. Nothing special. Another pizza heart. So people just leaving pieces of their heart in the woods for no apparent reason.
Now we'll see if there's any goodies in Kakariko Village.
Yeah, will it be a block Kakariko, or will it be what most people refer to as Stackariko? I haven't had a good Stackariko lately.
Yeah, it seems to be feast or famine. Either it's got all the goods or it's bone dry.
Yeah, in my experience, it's either you get Dark World access just from here, or you get almost nothing useful. We do find 2 red items. We find both boomerangs and the red shield. Now, while the boomerangs aren't
This is welcome there.
Yeah, the boomerangs aren't progression, but we do get to check stun prods. Like, a stun prods of rupees, I think, at this point would be a really good thing for the runners. So we have easy bombs, we have easy arrows, we have easy hearts.
Yeah, the money's been a little bit light so far in the early stages. Luckily they have enough for the bottle vendor.
Yeah, I think they got a mirror. That's actually good. And
And a
glove.
glove.
Alright, so we've got options. We've got... You could sequence break the mountain, but you can only get as far as Tower of Hair currently. Small refund from the bottle vendor. Takes 100, gives you back 20. Not a very good investment of your money.
No, definitely better ways to spend it.
Alright, and the rest of CAC is pretty dry so far. We still have race game and library, but so far CAC's just yielded a mirror and a glove, essentially. So, I know you can't speak for your opponent, but what do you think your teammate's going to do on this one? Where are they going next?
I think he's gonna go to Eastern. Ooh, we're seeing a blind check of the race game.
Yeah, I don't dislike this. Cost you time if nothing's there, saves you time if something's there. But the time it costs you is very negligible. Ah, 300 rubies, I would take that.
Definitely at this point, gets you part of the way towards that Zora money.
And I like that he blind checked it there, because I don't know if I would have took it if I'd checked it first. It would have been a debate.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough call if you blind check it first to go forward at that point. And we are going to see the Eastern play from John. As Digidude goes to get his 300 rupees. And he is going to check Saha first on the way. And we have a green pendant at Skull Woods. There's the Moon Pearl at Saha. So now we're just looking for either another glove or a hammer for Dark World. And Digidude is going South Shore, so we're seeing some divergence from the runners here. And there's the hammer at the dam.
So that's our Dark World access.
And I expect both runners, after these plays, to get the missing item they need for Dark World. Eventually, Digidude's going to be funneled over to Eastern, and John, I'm sure, will check South Shore after he finishes Eastern up. Digidude heading over to the desert area, gonna check the ledge before doing Agina's Cave.
Alright, so we found Shovel and we found Moon Pearl and Hammer, right? Is that it?
Yep.
All
so
right.
far, that's it.
Oh, we went Agina from Dam. Interesting. That's another path that's possible. You don't see it that often, though.
Yeah, it's not a bad play, because otherwise you can really orphan Agina. Especially if you don't have a flute. Gonna check the shovel immediately. And the shovel is a bust. We see a save and quit as John heads into the first dark room of Eastern Palace.
Alright, so we had a shovel check. Shovel was nothing. Eastern so far has also been a bust, correct?
Yeah, so far nothing in there, and Digidude is going to head to Eastern. We'll hold off on the eastern side of the South Shore.
Now, how come we're about to see how comfortable Digidude is with dark rooms. If I went into Sawhall's Closet, got my Moon Pearl, I have hammer, I have bow, I have mirror, and I have money, I'm going straight to pod. Or at least I'm going to Dark World opening pod and deciding which one I'm doing first.
Yeah, with the mirror, you have the advantage of being able to wrap both of them in together. But look, no, oh, he's talking to Saha first. Let's see if he walks out or saves and quits.
We have Skull Woods as our green pendant today. So if you want to turn in the green pendant, you must go kill a Mothula. Ooh, stun prize. What do we got? Stun prize is bombs.
More bombs.
Not bad in a pinch, though.
Yeah, since we've seen so many bombs early on, we might not see many more in chests, so that could come into play later on.
Oh yeah, and the thing yeah, the thing I like is that the stun prize being bombs, it's probably to me one of the better early game drop packs, where along with rupees, whereas one of the best late game drop packs are always the full magic plus the full magics plus the fairy drops.
Eastern Palace coming up with nothing, but we do get our first crystal of the match.
So first blood drawn by JohnTheBranch, crystal 1 of 7 that are required.
Let's see where he heads first, if he decides to do Hype Cave or head straight to the Village of Outcast. It looks like he's going to do the Hype Cave play.
Well, first he has to go down to Dam and get his hammer.
That is true, yes.
He's still got to get the smashy weapon. It's gonna be very quick, and then he'll have a decision to make. Will John go back up and go to Hype Cave, or will John go right and go to Mini Moldorm?
Yeah, both are very viable plays at this point. So let's see what he does. Alright, so we're gonna get our first look at Mini Moldorm Cave as Digidude navigates the Dark Room in Eastern.
I like this play. I can see doing this and then just holding off on like Ice Rod. And Mini Moldorms are part of the good drop pack. And he just missed with every single arrow he had. I think he had 15 arrows.
Yeah, the Moldorms were not playing nice on the right side, especially.
Now we get a bug net. And that's it for Mini Moldorm, just a bug net.
Now, interesting to note, John is 9 rupees away from Zora money, so let's see if he makes the play to Ice Rod, and he is going to go all the way to Ice Rod Cave.
He hasn't checked stun prize yet. Did he manage to grab that 20 that was in the front of Mini Moldorm, or did it disappear before he got there?
I don't believe he went for it.
Okay, worst case scenario, he can grab the this rock up here, and it's the 20 rupee loot cave.
Unfortunately, being only 9 away, you'd only have to do one trip in.
And Ice Rod Cave is absolutely nothing. Is not grabbing the money. If I was in his position, I would have just grabbed the money under the rock. He might not know that it's there. Most people who know about the loot rocks know about the 50 one that's over there on the way to the desert.
We see a sword on Hylia Island.
Flippers away from that, so finding the flippers would be nice. They cannot be at the hobo, sadly.
Yeah, the game does not expect you to know how to water walk or fake flipper.
Ooh, we do find an out of logic bottle.
And with the B in there, I expect he will trade it in at the Waterfall Ferry to see if he can get something better.
For sure, your other option is if it's a gold bee, you can always go turn it into the bottle merchant in town. He pays up pretty handsomely for gold bees. Also, he gives you a lot of stuff for fish.
And Digidude completes Eastern Palace for his first crystal.
Oh, don't get hit. So, John is currently in what we call the fake flipper state. In the vanilla game, if you get hit while in fake flipper state, you can save and quit, but you cannot move. You will just continuously jump on the water. It's considered a soft lock. To avoid that in the randomizer, they have coded it to where if you get hit, you die. Doesn't matter how many hearts you have, how much damage will be done, it's just instant death.
And the Waterfall Fairy giving away blue potion. Very nice to have.
Oh yeah, free blue potions are awesome. Nothing from the chest though. Alright, so not a necessary item up on the ledge.
Oh, John takes a hit. Luckily, he did not get hit over the deep water. So he's able to go the intended way to Zora the rest of the way.
This is in logic, so let's see. Oh, we got Digidudes already going into Dark World via the VOO portal.
And as is normal, Zora being the scam fish with a piece of heart.
At least it's better than a single rupee.
Absolutely. We're going to see the front of Skull Woods from Digidude. John heading over, going to make a similar play in the same area. We'll see if he goes into Skull Woods or goes straight into Thieves Town.
So a lot of people consider the front of Skull Woods to just be overworld. I'm kind of in that same boat, especially when you're coming in with the hammer and regular glove. When you don't have Titan's mitts, having to take the long way back into VOO, I like doing the front of Skull. Now, if you're coming in with Titan's mitts and you can just lift the rock and go into VOO, and you can complete Thieves Town, I just go that way. And I think,
and also with Skullwoods being a pendant, if you can get both items out of the front, you still have to think about the green pendant, but less incentive to go to the back.
Alright, reds are T-Rock and Mire, and Swamp is our other pendant. Alright, so we now know our required dungeons. Alright, we do not need Cape for Bumper.
And John making the same play into the front of Skullwoods. We're also going to see King's Tomb and Graveyard Ledge from Digidude.
Alright, so they got one. I don't really like. I don't know if I. It's not that I don't like it. I don't know if now is the right time to do Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb. It's actually probably not as bad for him because he hasn't done the Zora area.
Yeah, for him, he's not orphaning Catfish. He can loop that in with his own checks later on if he wishes to.
Now, John is going in the back half of Skullwoods to check the vanilla big key chest because they did only pull one item out of the front.
Yeah, Digidude deciding the one item from the front was enough for him and he wanted to bail out of there.
John,
see what getting bullied by those Gibdos.
Throw the boomerang. It stuns the Gibdo. You have it equipped. Okay, he might not know that you can throw the boomerang and stun the Gibdo. I didn't catch if there was anything in King's Tomb. I know Graveyard Ledge was just a big 20.
King's Tomb was just 5 rupees. And we got our second item from the big key chest of Skullwoods, just 3 bombs.
Okay, but that is both items.
Yeah, if you're John right now, you're just hoping that there's nothing on the green pendant turn in.
Still gonna be a little bit though. We still have to get Fire Rod, which it can be buried a little bit because we need it for a whopping total of just T-Rock probably.
I mean, we're going to see the same play from John heading over to Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb. And we get a hook shot from the brewery on Digidude's side. That's always a good find when you have a pendant swamp. The hook shot can be in some real out-of-the-way places.
Yeah, plus you don't realize how much you use the hook shot until you don't have it. We also get the mushroom. Alright, so what do we got in Thieves? We got a chest 2 big key. It's not going to help us much.
One guaranteed item in the front 4, though.
So, question, does John know Curtain Jump?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I've never seen him do it.
Okay. Because if so, he's... No, there's Ice Rod. Ice Rod is in Thieves Town. He could isolate the Catfish a little bit here. The only other chance he's going to have is either Pyramid Fairy, which is behind a couple of really nasty dungeons, or when he checks the actual Pyramid Ledge itself.
Otherwise, yeah, with the mushroom that he's about to get, I could see him doing Pyramid, turn in the mushroom, and hit the Catfish at some point. And we are going to see a Sick Kid check here.
Oh yeah, we got a bottle. Not in Logic. So what is our out of Logic bottle item? A heart container. So the Sick Kid just gave you his entire heart. You know, I don't think he gets these. Not going to get better if he gives away his entire heart. Alright, John with the hook shot on his way to get the mushroom, and I feel like he's gonna follow Digidude into Thieves Town.
Yeah, I can't see him skipping it at this point. We still have, I believe, 2 more items in the back of Thieves Town.
And
there's one, some more money.
For
and
the viewers, go ahead.
A nice fairy there for a refill of his health.
Yeah, for the viewers, while it may look like that Digidude is ahead on the camera in the dungeon, John does have some more checks down. Has all of the Zora water checks, including Hobo, plus the back of Skull Woods, whereas Digidude's up in Agina's cave, I believe, is the only thing he has that John hasn't. And Bowsette just became Bowser.
The fitting bunny sprite.
And there's the last item. No knee. We got the small key locking itself in the big chest. It's actually a very nice Thieves layout. Ooh, John got the double heart from the hook shot.
Yeah, these enemies in Thieves Town, they hit pretty hard. So you definitely don't want to be on low health going through this section.
Alright, let's see Digidude's the blind fight here. First part of the script, pretty good. Misses the third hit on the second phase.
Does have to be careful here, down to 3 hearts.
Yeah, it's getting away from him a little bit. And
it takes a death.
Yeah, you got to be real careful there, especially when you're on Green Mill. The heads themselves, if they hit you, do about 2 hearts of damage, and the fireballs do 1.
Without the sequence break of the Zora area, he did not have the bottle that John has with blue goo in it.
That's true. I mean, he came pretty close to having a decent beginning of the script. He just missed the third hit on phase 2. And I think it threw it off. I think it threw not only it off, but him off. And now he's got to do a completely off-script fight that's a lot harder.
Down to 1 heart here, gets... Oh, and...
Yeah, so...
corner there.
The red shield is a really good thing to have in this fight. It blocks the fireballs, but it does not block the fireballs when you slash.
Yeah, and I believe he was trying to keep away from one of the heads, and unfortunately it took the fireball.
Yeah, and the hit he took just before that, all he needed to do was turn around, I believe, and he would have been okay. Let's see John's fight. So, John is now about to start the same fight. Might not have kept it on script. He did get the spin slash after the first one. Yeah, it's going left.
Yeah. It was just a hair off on the first hit, but does a good job getting through phase 2.
Yep, and using the shield, as you see. He's using the shield to deflect them. And good fight. Didn't see what it dropped.
Just a burrito.
Oh yeah, we're out of dungeon items. Or we're out of actual good items. Use the shield. And Digidude got it down.
Third time was the charm for Digidude as John makes his way down Probably gonna go dig game to hype cave here.
And we are tied on crystals at 2 each. I can see them going all the way to the right here, all the way to Pendant Pod, just in a path. Or not Pendant Pod, sorry, Crystal Pod. Because we have a Crystal Pod. We have everything but a lamp. So as long as you're comfortable with the dark rooms and the turtles, it's not too bad. And it's definitely not a bad play. It's got a lot of checks. And umpteen digs for some bombs.
Make that out of the dig game area just before the message telling you to leave. Saved about a second or two there. See what K45 has for us today. Not much. 20 bucks.
Alright, what's our next piece of progression gonna be?
I think we're gonna see the flippers.
I really don't want them to find the flippers, because we really don't want to go into Pendant Swamp. I want them to find, I think, the flute. The flute would give them mountain access, which I like. And Hype Cave is a mitt. Just a mitt.
Alright, the mitts open up some options. You have the Smith chain and logic. You have a good chunk of the mountain that's still out of logic without a flute or a lamp.
Where is John going?
I believe he's going to check the shovel.
Oh, did he forget to check shovel? This means he'll probably go back and do Smith chain too, since he's reversed. Yeah, the Outer Logic Mountain Gray is looking tasty, just depending on what your entry to the mountain is. Like, if your entry to the mountain is lamp, sequence breaking, it's awesome. If your entry to the mountain is flute, however, at this point we don't know. Yeah,
One of the advantages.
Oh, go ahead.
One of the advantages to sequence breaking the mountain is if you do find the lamp or the flute, it lets you know that the other one was your logical progression up there.
Yes, that is true. And the only thing that hurts is if it is the flute, you do lose some time on not finding it.
Yeah, it does feel a little bad going the long way up the mountain.
We're getting our mini Moldorm check at about the 40-minute mark for Digidude. Don't blame him, he's had other things to do. Hammer Pegs is a 300 rupee pile. We have enough money for the entire seed, plus some, because all he's got left is pod.
Plenty of money left over for possible potions if he decides to get them. So we'll see what the Smiths have for us today.
And
there's the flippers.
That's not a good thing, honestly. That really doesn't feel good because of Pendant Swamp. Oh, we're seeing John do the little bit of a glitch here. If you grab the purple chest and run, you leave it behind, of course. As long as you don't mirror before you get to the lunchbox delivery, then you still get to turn it in, like you carried it the whole way there. This game's fine, nothing's broken. I mean, we got somebody running on water, and we got another one delivering a invisible object. Now that does give John access. Oh, he mirrored too soon. It still gave it to him though.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was out of range or not.
Yeah, usually for safety, I like to be right up near the guy. Is John going to get his sword? Because he knows there's a sword on the island. Down or up? Yep, going to the sword. I like this. You can get sword and then you can swim over and go to pod. If he doesn't die to the bomb.
Just made it.
That was a little scary. Digidude should have the mitts. I believe he went to Hype Cave.
Yes, he did. And we could see simultaneous pod plays here from both runners.
Ooh, we got Digidude going to turn in the mushroom by doing a fake flipper into the portal south of Link's house. This one's kind of nice because he just save and quit, so he has a chance to save scum this if it's nothing. Very possible fake powder later. Pending us finding Candace Amaria, which is 100% required in this scene. You have to give the witch the mushroom first. And transition screens. Yeah, the bonk off the statue perfectly aligns you with the edge of the screen. It's really nice. Slowpoke. Silvers.
Very nice item to have. Don taking a death warp in the shooter room.
I actually like this. He could have just mirrored, but he was on 1.5 heart. It's a very, very conscious decision right there.
And with a compass in the shooter room, we have to go to the Bowlock side first.
So if you believe certain people in the community, pod can't have much of anything because it's not a pendant pod.
Well, we are going to put that to the test right now, aren't we?
I feel like we haven't had a pyramid check yet, so it looks like Digidude's going to check the pyramids first, which will be kind of nice. We also have not seen catfish, but we are missing lamp or flute for mountain access. There's flute. So how well does John know key logic and pod? Because the rest of the front is all small keys.
Well, I know he's not overly familiar with key sanity modes, but I believe, I mean, he plays a good amount of casual boots, so I think he would know it.
Yeah, because he found 2 non-small key items in the front set of chests. Everything else, including the vanilla big key, is all small keys. He should mirror from here, though.
And Digidude is going to do the catfish play. So he will not be orphaning that last chef over there.
So yeah, he does at least know, it looks like, some of the pod key logic, because did not go for the vanilla big key chest. But I think he could have just ran back here without the 1 key if he had wanted. Because you're guaranteed at least 2 keys on this side.
Yeah. And just a piece of heart on Catfish, so if John never goes over that way, he saves a little bit of time.
And there's the other small key. So that's all 6, I believe. So I think that means Harmless Always and something. We do see John going to check it. When we have the book. Interesting. We've got both the book and the flipper, or the flute and the mirror with mitts. So we have multiple entrances to desert. Which is also a pendant, by the way. I know we have some spectators in chat. Hey, chat. How badly do you want him to find the fire rod? The fire rod puts Ped in logic. I'm horrible for even putting that out there, I think.
Alright, we have John navigating the dark maze as Digidude makes his way into pod.
Don't know exactly where John's at. I don't think he knows exactly where he's at right now either. I think he got himself... Oh, there he goes. Now he got it. And there's the big key.
I don't believe I've seen anything else in this dungeon so far besides that flute early on.
No, we just had a flute. But that's a big deal. That opens up the entire mire area. That opens up the mountain. Both light and dark. I think if I was John, I would beat the boss of pot if I'm comfortable. Which looks like he's going to go give it a shot. After that, I would go activate my flute. Go check the mire area to see what my medallion requirement is, because we do not have a single medallion yet. And then I would go to, and then I would go up the mountain.
Yeah, it definitely does seem like a very solid option at this point.
But I think you definitely want your information from Mire before you do. We also did get the book from in here, which is interesting, because the book gives us both tablets.
And luckily they haven't been up to the mountain yet, so be able to check either tablet the first time around.
And Digidude using the mirror a little bit more like I wanted John to do earlier. Just mirroring out of a couple of these locations. Now, it looks like Digidude does not know... Wait. Well, you don't see people go this way very often. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this setup before.
I have never seen that before.
And now John is in one of the tougher rooms in the game without a lamp.
That was actually a very, very cool bomb jump that I've never seen. Still got at least one turtle up. Oh, he had two up. It looks like he got them, and he's through the door.
Nicely done. He was able to get the last two in one shot.
And he still has to make it through the double sets of turtles in this room.
And he has only 2 hearts heading into the helmet fight, but he does have that blue potion he can use.
And he burned one earlier.
Oh, he did use it? I didn't see that.
Yeah, he burned it in the back because he almost died in Dark Maze. So he needs to take the fight a little careful.
Yeah, helmet hits hard.
He got a really
Nicely
good
done.
RNG set.
Yeah, he didn't get any charges from Helma there.
Yeah, he got all tail whips, which is really, really good when you're on that low health.
Yeah, a lot easier to deal with than the fireballs.
We had an attempted hammer yump and a swing and a miss. You have to actually go down the stairs to reset that room if you want to, Digidude. Digidude just gonna go the normal way. Yep, that was a good pod. Overall.
Yeah, I know some runners feel a lot more comfortable going through the dark maze without a lamp in reverse.
I'm partial to going into the main door. I know the normal way better.
And especially if you're going in without the big cube, which we know is in the bottom of the dark maze.
If so, Raging Garmin, I am not able to answer that because cannot hear his actual game music from what we're watching. But someone in chat looks like they did answer. We have a lot of good MSU support for this game. Highly recommend if you like playing ALTTPR, you look into some of the MSU support, just because every once in a while, some of the different soundtracks are very, very, very unique. And very nice. A lot of them are well made.
Yeah, I recently started using the Final Fantasy Mystic Quest MSU, and I love that soundtrack.
I actually ran with that last night during our practice. I have something like 30 odd ones on my system at this point. I tend to be partial to Wild Arms too.
We are getting the Maya area check from John here.
Yeah, we got Quake as our Maya required medallion. Hey, we found the boots.
Now we can go fast.
Yeah, there's some new stuff out that kind of helps with the MSU support. Alright, so we got a pendant desert play from John. With the entire mountain early.
It'll be interesting to see if he completes the dungeon, if there's an item on the boss, or if he just decides to do the front here.
To me, when you have the entire mountain open, I don't love this play. He also has Mushroom to turn in, which is super quick.
Yeah, and with the flute and the mitts, it is very quick to get back the desert if you decide you want to check it later on.
Yeah, I mean, I could eat my words here in a second. He could find a piece of progression,
or a single rupee.
Yeah, and he's only got one more item, and it's a 50-50 on whether it's in the big chest or on the boss, because this is the big key. So he's gonna go check the big chest, see if he can get the second item.
And Digidude is in the turtle room now, hammering away.
He did get a blue potion too, so he's got a little bit of safety. And that is the second item, 21 rupees in desert.
The one advantage John does have is that if there is nothing on the pedestal, he does not have to go back to desert again.
Oh,
And
yeah. He's going to do
Venus Cave here.
This is the check he was behind Digidude on, so.
And to answer chat, Digidude did skip the small key in the skeleton basement, so that's why he had to go to the right side when he mirrored out from the big chest. With only one small key.
I thought I saw him get it. I thought I saw him drop down a mirror.
I believe he skipped it, I think, when he went to make the play to go to the right side. Because he only had one small key, and he went to the right side, so I think he skipped something along the way.
I wonder if he missed one of the ones in the back.
And John gets his silver arrows as Digidude takes down Helma with his silver arrow.
I'll have to see, because I need to see if he has book. He should have book from doing the back. So John's got his silver. So here's the mountain play, which is the play I wanted a little bit earlier. We've got the autologic old man check, which we still don't know exactly what we're missing, right? We're for sure missing the cane, quake, and fire rod. But from there, it could be another medallion. Depending on how comfortable they are with Dark Mire, it could be the lamp.
We could see a cape or a blue cane that leads to one of our progression items in Spike Cave.
Still have a little bit up in the air on this seed. The good news for our runners is I think Pyramid Fairy is officially dead. Because you need all three of those items to do the 2 5/6s. Oh, John got tempered off of that. I saw a red sword.
Yeah, you definitely won't say no to a nice tempered sword, and I don't believe that Digidude got the, then there's the fourth sword on top of Speckle Rock, but I don't believe Digidude got the Master Sword from Hylia Island.
No, has not. He hasn't got the flippers yet off of Blacksmith.
That's right, yes. He's gonna do his sick kid check here, get his heart container.
So you wouldn't say no to a tempered sword, how about butter?
Definitely makes the future Trinex fight much easier.
It makes Mire and Trinex a lot faster.
Yeah, the butter sword tears through those eyeballs on Vitreous.
For where we got it, it's actually a pretty decent time save. Looks like we're getting the blacksmith check. That's one item down in Hera, and it's in the basement, and it is just 10 arrows. Ooh, we have a vanilla big key. Little too far right, I think, on his placement, on his bomb. There we go. Nice hair pot.
Now I suspect that if there is an item in the big chest, that John will skip it for now and do the rest of the mountain, and then maybe, if he doesn't find anything, might come back.
Oh, well, we got a 50-50. How lucky do you feel in the 50-50?
Dude, about to get his slippers here. And with that butter sword, a nice easy fight on Moldorm, just 2 quick slashes, takes him down.
And
For the lamp.
That's our first fire source. Puts everything I think we've done so far into logic now.
Now, with that lamp being there, with the big key in the basement being fire locked, then the lamp is logically fire rod locked.
Which means 9 times out of 10 it's on the right side of the mountain. Could still be in some other places, but more than likely it's on this side. There it is.
There it is.
I mean, it could have been like a Quake to Meyer chain for it, but yeah, your chest odds are just over here. Because we've got 7, 8, 9, 13, 15 checks. Plus Spike Cave 16.
Yeah, so we have the mountain coming up big for us here. We are just 2 items now from go mode with the, well...
Question mark on TR
Question
medallion,
mark on TR entrance, yes.
which we'll find out shortly. But yeah, overall advantage I give to John right now. Ahead on checks, ahead on dungeons. If I'm behind on the tracking, Chad, I apologize. If you see me if you see something missing, just yell at me.
Yeah, we have IB Karma doing double duty today, doing comms and tracking.
There's the cane. Oh, a little bit off on the bomb jump there. Looks like we can go up and give it another try. Where's Digidude headed? Digidude's headed to get his Master Sword. Oh, Quake on Bombos tablet. Okay, so that's interesting. So John needs that Quake, and that could be John's go mode. John's gonna open the TR portal. I actually like this. I don't like this, actually, sorry. I don't. Just because you do not have a medallion. Well, I like this if you have any medallion. And Quake is the go mode.
Yeah, so John just needs to get to that Bombos tablet.
He's gonna do ice first.
Oh, absolutely.
Then from there, it's kind of a toss-up.
Yeah, from there he might want to go to Swamp, and then, for his sake, you hope he checks the Bombos before going into Swamp. Which 1 item from go mode is something that I would definitely do. Digidude cleaning up his flipper checks here, and now we'll see where he decides to go. Looks like he's going up the mountain.
As we know, the mountain's pretty loaded. John's giving a check over here. Trying to find the Quake medallion, trying to put himself in the easy go mode right here. Yeah, John's gonna have a few options. John's gonna have the option of Bombos tablet, all of Ice Palace, to finish off Skull, do Swamp, can finish off Desert, just a ton of options. So we'll see how long it takes him to get back to that Bombos tablet. Now on the other hand, Digidude is gonna go into go mode pretty quickly here. I think unless John goes to Bombos tablet very, very soon, Digidude's gonna be the first one into go mode.
We are going to see the Spike Cave play from John here.
Yeah, I like this. He doesn't know where his item's at. He's just cleaning up the mountain so that his next trip is just going to be TRGT. He knows he's just missing Bombos at this point, so it's just eliminating possibilities. Man, what do you think about 17 hearts?
You gotta feel pretty good about that, even on green mail. That is a lot of hearts, though.
Not even having a potion or have a safety to get through that cave?
Oh,
Oh,
and that
that
dead rock is not playing nice. Has to be careful here, down to half a heart. And the dead rock following him all the way to the tablet.
That heart container. Oh, despawned itself. Good. Went all the way back over.
And interesting here, it looks like John is going to do the Skull Woods play.
Now...
Very surprising before doing Crystal Ice Palace.
Yeah, I am too. I think Ice Palace was the first play he should have made. I could have saw this right afterwards. Because this is eliminating not only the green pendant, but it's also eliminating Ped, right?
Yeah, that could be his thinking here, wanting to make sure he doesn't need that pedestal.
But you're already coming back here, you're gonna do green pendant while you're back here. I don't know if I've seen... It's really hard to get all 20 hearts in the rando seed. Looks like we're seeing another Philly pot. And we got a first try Philly pot on Digidude's side. Well, it was a very clean Philly pot, bomb pot.
Yeah, I know personally the only time I've ever gotten 20 hearts is in a veteran seed, where you have the extra hearts in the pool.
Yeah, it's very, very hard to find 20 hearts in the seed. I mean, you're not gonna full clear GT unless it makes you. Alright, and here goes John down in the moth fight. We know there's no item in the back of Skull Woods. This is just for the moth kill. Moth riding that top wall.
As the moth likes to do.
So for those who aren't as familiar with this game, Moth does not take damage from the spikes. If you hit him into the spikes, he does not take the hit. Buttersword also does not do extra damage. Buttersword just does tempered damage, because Buttersword does the same damage as a spike. So they had to roll it down in the randomizer code to make it do tempered. Just for that fight. Oh, Digidude seeing that? Is that Digidude's go mode? No, he needs Cane still. So Digidude is looking at that and he's like, ooh, okay, I just need Cane of Samaria.
So you know he's about to find that Cane of Samaria.
Yep, it's in the upper 5 of Paradox.
And we have a mail upgrade.
So one of our armors is on Ped. Eesh.
And I believe John miscounted his items, because he got both items out of the front of Skullwoods earlier.
Yep. I was just thinking the same thing, because he's still going, and he definitely does not need another item. He's probably going to figure it out in 2 seconds when this isn't an item.
I believe it's going to be a small key.
Now, I still don't like that before the Ice Palace play. I think his Ice Palace play should have been first. Please go to Ice.
Yeah, you do your completable crystal dungeon and then do your off checks after that.
John, where are you going? Okay, we're going to Ice. Yeah, John has Fire Rod, sorry. It's on Floating Island. It's on Bombo's tablet for his Go mode. The Finch is about to hit Go mode. I think he already has Kane. I just missed him grab it on Digidude's side. Oh, no. Wait. Why is he still searching?
He might have gone through the Dark World first. I think he went down through Spiral Cave and then went to the portal and then
Digi's going to be in Go mode very, very soon. Digi's going to get to Go mode Ice Palace, whereas John's going to full clear it looking for Quake. Digi? The Fire Rod Digi? Oh no.
He did see the Fire Rod.
Yeah, he didn't go get it right there though.
Interesting routing.
Hopefully he didn't forget. We need a Digidude, please, from his teammates.
Digidude gets his cane as John sets up the icebreaker.
Now we're gonna find out if he remembers that. I don't know if he remembers. So both of them are one item away from Go mode. John's is on Bombo's tablet. Digi's is on the Floating Island. Oh, he might not have checked TR either to know he's in Go mode.
Yeah, he has not been over that way yet. Should find out momentarily though.
Yeah,
let's see if he grabs the Fire Rod first.
We need him to go back into. Okay, he is. It was just odd routing. Maybe he doesn't know you can jump off the island. That'd be something to probably ask. Alright, and at 1 hour, as soon as he mirrors, it's gonna be 12 minutes and something seconds. Digidude has hit Go mode. With 3 dungeons to go. He's gonna have a TR, a Mire, and an Ice Palace to do. In whatever order he feels like. I think he just realized he was in Go mode because he stopped for a second and then started going to T-Rock.
Now that he sees the medallion, he knows for sure that he's in Go mode.
Okay, he's gonna go do others first. I don't hate it. Or not? I do.
I'm curious why he's heading to the portal over here.
I have no clue where he's going.
I hope he didn't mismark a dungeon.
Sure appears. Oh, he's not going there. Wait.
He already did Bombo's tablet, so I'm not sure where he's going here.
Oh, he didn't grab the Quake. He must have missed the pickup.
I didn't know that was possible.
I mean, somebody said they got it or saw it. Oh, no, he didn't have Master Sword.
Oh, okay. He just read that it was Quake.
He read that it was Quake, yes. So now Digidude's in go mode.
Now it all makes sense. That's right. Yeah, he had Fighter Sword when he went over there.
Thank you, Gray. Alright, yeah, he hadn't checked that either, so he is 100% sure. John is up a dungeon, though. Now it's just where does
Curious
John
as
go?
to why Digidude is checking Meyer Shed here.
Probably for armor.
He is
My
also
guess.
now at 17 hearts.
Yeah, my guess is he's looking for armor. Just, he's doing stuff in the path where that's close. John is going to turn in Green Pendant. Okay, I don't hate this. You took the time to do Skull Woods. Go turn it in. For a 20. Alright, John, where do you go? This is kind of important. If you go into Swamp, you're giving Digidude a lot of time. He's going to 4. Now, does he do Bombos or does he go straight into Swamp?
Yeah, that is the big question here. Like I said before, with one item from Go Mode, I would definitely check the tablet first.
A little bit of roughness inside of Mimics 2. He is going to go to the tablet first. So John's about to enter Go Mode, a dungeon ahead here in just a second.
He'll probably be very happy that he doesn't have to set foot in the swamp. Because nobody likes going into Pendant Swamp.
So about 2 minutes later, John is now in Go Mode. And John immediately knows it and immediately floops and is probably going to be going to Meyer as well. Alright, so this is John's race to lose, probably. I mean, he's ahead in entire Ice Palace. It is a Go Mode Ice Palace, but it's still an Ice Palace. Oh, except he just ethered instead of quaking. Oh, he just wanted to swag throw.
He really wanted to freeze that bird.
He wanted to do the swag throw, and we don't get to see that a lot. I appreciate it, John.
Alright, so the big key is not on the right side. We do not have a God Meyer. Digidude gonna check out the lobby chest first. I like this play.
While we're looking for big keys and we're in go modes, there's not going to be a lot of craziness other than some execution we can talk about. We've got week 4 coming up, and week 4 is kind of interesting. We've got Spoiler Key Sanity. How are you feeling about Spoiler Key Sanity week?
I like it. I'm a big fan of a co-op week, so with the pilot spoiler, you get a lot of good teammate work. See a lot of low percent execution from runners.
Yeah, for those of you who are newer or do not know what this league is about, we are in a league where we change game modes every single week. And for next week, we will be doing something called Spoiler Co-op, where one teammate's going to be running, the other teammate's going to have the spoiler log of the entire seed. They will have no head start on reading it. When the race starts is when they get to open their log and begin browsing. Pretty much one teammate's trying to guide the other teammate through the entire seed. Can be very low percent depending on where hearts and stuff lie. It should be a lot of fun. Also really fast. You can potentially sub-hour these seeds. So if you're in for some really low percent, really tight fights, and really good races, because both players will be on optimal routes essentially, tune in next week.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but for the rest of this week, we get to still do some more Kaz boots. John also missing the torch to the block.
Both of them missing the same torch too.
But John's gonna reset it instead of just opening it up and going and lighting it. Don't know if that was. It might have been about the same time, honestly. A little slower because you had 2 stair transitions.
And it looked like Digidude setting up spooky action.
John will not get to set up spooky action, so John did not go through the bottom of the rock for the portal. He just hit it straight from the side. Does not look like Digidude's doing spooky. I didn't even notice we had a vanilla big key.
Yes, we did. We had a small key in the room north of the torches, so that always means that we have a vanilla big key. It's the only thing I understand about key logic and Misery Mire.
Apparently Digidude used the lamp and the torches too.
That's right, yes he did.
So yeah, broke spooky. Alright, and we got probably the easiest boss fight ever in Silver Arrow Vitreous, but he does have to be careful.
Yeah, these, they do 1 hit of damage but I think he has a fairy, yes.
He did catch fairy, John didn't set up spooky at the very beginning, may just not understand how to set it up.
I know he does know spooky, so I guess he just maybe didn't realize he didn't set it up.
Yeah, he hit the rock from the side. Before he even portaled to Dark World, he didn't have spooky. So that just may have been didn't realize he didn't do it. Well, we do got Digidude taking down Mire. John's gonna be right behind him.
Get some extra health just to be safe.
And again, Digidude still has a ice to do, so Digidude is currently behind.
Yeah, whereas John from here is gonna go straight for Turtle Rock. Digidude making a pit stop for a potion, since he used that fairy. So that's crystal number 6 for John. Digidude heading for his 6th crystal now. Also buying some extra arrows, so we won't have to worry about arrows in GT or in the Ganon fight.
Quaking the Pingators.
One of the few enemies in the game that the Quake immediately kills.
We do have John about to enter his last dungeon. Super slow, even though he's in go mode. This dungeon is not fast no matter when you enter it.
And a nice icebreaker from Digidude as he gets his powder. Very nice to have for the GT climb. And Turtle Rock.
Yeah, on Green Milk especially. Everything in T-Rock does approximately 1 billion damage.
So even with all the extra hearts that they have, as you see on John's side, those hearts go down very fast when you get hit.
Those rollers are taking 3 to 4 hearts a hit. Pokies, I think, take 4. Laser beams will take about 4. The floating skull heads do about like 4 or 6, something stupid. The floating skeleton heads are
where
insane.
Digidude is going here. He does not have a small... Oh, there's no lock door there. This is an interesting way to get over here, though.
I actually thought about doing this the other day, and I was wondering if it was faster. So instead of going down the stairs and worrying about the ice, you go down the long hallway you can dash. Yeah, chain chomps also do 1 billion. That's true. Very quick billions of damage. I believe that's accurate. We're gonna go with 1 billion as the number, Gray. Does make it through the chain chomp room very nicely, though.
And we did get the fastest TR setup you can possibly get, though, with the small keys and the big key all in the front. I think, unless I missed it, that we did not get the big key.
I did not catch whether the big key was in the front or not.
Well, I guess we'll find out right now if John heads to the vanilla big key chest.
I was watching a cold stare fight that actually went pretty good.
Yeah, that was very fast.
We see Bowser come back out. Looks like he does have the big key because he's retreating.
Yeah, so you won't have to worry about that very small percentage chance that both small keys are in the lava chest and the big chest.
So John's about half to 3/4 of a TR ahead. By the time Digidude gets there, it'll be 3/4 to... Oh, nope.
Oh, he does not have a big key, so it is vanilla.
Oops. That feels bad.
Yeah, and that gives Digidude a little bit more time to catch up here. We could see GT routing come into play.
That's what I was about to say. We could still see this seat come down to some GT routing. And some execution. So John's still ahead. He's still ahead at least half a dungeon. Could have been ahead almost a whole dungeon, but that backup's going to cost him some time. Don't think he has to re-kill the Pokies again. I'm not sure, though. No, in about 2 seconds. He does not. So yeah, it's a little faster. He went down, though.
Yeah, getting that big chest, I think he wants to make sure he doesn't miss that last small key.
There's 2 more. He should be okay.
Well, he had to spend the 1 on the door for the big key chest, so there's 1 more small key in the pool. And it's not there. So he would have been okay skipping it, but didn't want to take that risk. Okay, so we will be seeing a trip to Laser Bridge here. And with no Kane or Cape wanting to get those extra hearts before he heads to Laser Bridge. And Digidude with some nice hookshot strats on the crystal rollers. John's gonna take the safety door as well. Alright, so with that small key, John will make his way to Trinet. With Butter Sword. Should be a fairly easy fight.
Oh, looks like Digidude didn't realize Big Key was vanilla either. So both of them making that same mistake, which is going to get John back some time. And with John getting his 7th crystal in hand, it is time to play the Big Key guessing game. For absolutely nothing, because we don't have a bot or points right now. But feel free to make a guess for super imaginary points.
Number that you like in particular?
I think I'm feeling a 13.
I'm gonna go with number 8.
Koi saying he's going to have to go outside of GT to find it.
He wants to see his teammates suffer, I guess.
Your teammate's ahead, Koi. You don't want him to have to go out of GT.
Let's see what Hope Room has. 20 bucks. And a small key, so we will see John go to the right side of Compass Room.
Does not do the tower room. Sad. Ooh,
And there it is. That is number 3.
Yeah, he still needs a small key though, so he can go through the portal and get the one that's under the pot, which is what he's gonna do.
So in chat we had Sorcerer Finch, who guessed right with number 3.
Give yourself a good pat on the back, Finch. That's all we can do for you right now.
John having a little bit of trouble with the mimics. And he has his bombs out, so I believe he's gonna take the safety refill. No, he's not. He's skipping it. That was interesting. Digidude was using the hook shot to block the laser shots, which was working a little bit for him, but takes a death ear, but took the safety door, so they'll start right back at Laser Bridge as John heads into Moldorm 2. Gets a spin for 2 hits.
There goes another Lamont. One more, and dead. Oh, and Digidude taking a laser to the face right before he was going to get that key. Actually, I think the key was on the third one. So Digidude, I don't think knows laser skipping.
Yeah, really getting bullied by these lasers here.
Okay, he's trying to do laser skip now. Nope, a little bit mistimed. Nope, it was in the second one.
And John remembering that he needed to get a small key from Mini Helmosaur for the last key door. Opening that chest, I guess still hoping for a last minute mail upgrade.
Digidude's really struggling with Laser Bridge. It's kind of tough. If you don't know how to laser skip and you're on green mail, these things do take a lot of health off of you. Oops, he had it. Oh no!
Oh, still close.
He had it, but he hit the map.
As John takes down Aga 2, about to drop into his Ganon fight.
Digidude was trying to get up there with enough invincibility frames. It's just not working.
Yeah, I think if he was to go up to the top door and drop down, it would give him just enough time. And now getting bullied by the beetle.
Burning one of his blue potions. He wants to get this. And gets it without taking the hit.
And this time he gets it without taking the hit.
Took the hit after, but I think he feels good.
when you drink that potion, you almost always are able to do whatever you're trying to do without getting hit. And John with a quick 1-on-1 on the first 2 phases of Ganon, quickly on to phase 3.
He wanted to powder that anti-fairy and it retreated. And then hit him. Oh no, he wants to catch it. He wants to bobble another fairy. Should be a good double. And
down goes Ganon.
Alright, prepare your GGs in chat as long as John can cross this little bridge. And would you like to give his official time?
I can't see the official time, but on his timer it's 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 10 seconds, but I believe that might have been a couple of seconds late.
His official time is 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 9 seconds. And that will move your team to 3-3.
Digidude takes down Trinex here for his 7th crystal.
And we are now joined by JohnTheBranch. Congratulations, GG's.
GG's, John.
Gee. ABD is 3-3. Thanks to all of your energy. I assume just everyone was directing it to me. You were very rude and not giving it to Digidude. That was... So, how about the Guy Fawkes seed here? Everyone wanted to blow up Hyrule Castle.
Hold on. Alright, it looks like we're back.
Okay.
Out for a second there.
Yeah, we could stream So, John, how do you feel about the seed?
I made a couple mistakes. It was one of those seeds where I was terrified the whole time because it was so open for so long. I knew instantly that CAC skip was super rewarded as soon as I started finding all of that Dark World access outside of it. It felt bad the whole time because it's one of those things of I don't know if my opponent's doing what I did. I don't know if he put off the mountain as long as I did because I just wasn't in logic. It didn't feel right to pick, and you know it worked out fine. But the whole time you're sweating because I came into this thinking, okay, I have the better execution. I'm just gonna I want to rely on that. I don't want to leave stones unturned, and this was just a seed that demanded you leave stones unturned, and sometimes I refused. And that worked out, getting those flippers. And sometimes sometimes I didn't refuse, and probably I don't know. It was tough. It was certainly the Guy Fawkes seed if that didn't pick up on stream. Everybody wanted to blow up Hyrule Castle. If you noticed, there were bombs everywhere.
Yeah, so you definitely were ahead in checks. Digidude hit Go mode first.
Oh wow!
Because he hit Bombo's tablet before the mountain.
Yeah, I was really putting off that Swamp Palace check. I think you saw me hesitating over whether to do it or not, and I said it's a pennant because you saw me doing that shuttle run back and forth with Smith Chain after I had forgotten to do the dig spot, and so I said, do I go into Swamp now? I can full clear Swamp, and it's not going to be too slow other than it's full clearing Swamp. And I said, nah. And I said, if I full clear Swamp, I'm going to check Bombo's tablet first. And if I had, that would have been a much faster go mode. I don't think I would have even gone into finish Skull Woods off.
Yeah, that was something else you did that your opponent did not. Your opponent did not do the Skull Woods check.
That felt like a route against safety. I said, okay, if this is a point where we have to go independent dungeons, which Bombo's tablet was effectively part of that pendant dungeon at the time. Let's see if we have to just finish them all and not full clear them.
Yeah, I think we were talking about it, and I think the only thing we were saying was Ice should have been first.
Yes, yeah, I just completely did not realize that Fire Rod. I just didn't look down at my tracker and see that I saw the Fire Rod. I was thinking about the Fire Rod. I should have clicked it on my tracker and looked ahead and said, okay, where else does this open up? Because I was just completely blanking that I was given that Ice Palace access. And yeah, absolutely, I should have done that Ice Palace first. And then I probably would not have gone and done that Skullwoods finish.
Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, you ran a real good seed. I mean, you could have went back for Skullwoods, and I would have not even argued after the Ice Palace. I think it would have been a fine first check because it was locking. You would have cleared pendant and green, or you would have cleared green pendant and pet.
Yep. That was the thought process. And oh, by the way, for anybody that ever asks, John, you've got a sword, you've got boots. Why are you picking up those quarter heart pieces all over the beginning of the game? If you saw that Helmasaur fight and that dark room trek to the Helmasaur fight, that's why.
Yeah, that was a little bit dicey with 2 hearts going in, but you had a great fight though.
And a nice damage boost by Digidude, because we still have Digidude running. He just had a nice damage boost through the transporter to get over towards Bob's chest. He went full left.
Yeah, unfortunately went full left instead of going to the right, where we know the key is.
You two, he was coming into TR as you were doubling back for the big key.
And he made the same mistake you did, forgetting that the key was vanilla.
Especially with all the Q Sanity we've been playing, it's really easy to forget that you can't steal the key if you don't have the big key yet.
And then he also had a bit of issue on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, I was able to catch the end of that, and it's a shame because that's the hardest small key to get. That's the one you don't want to have to fight for.
Especially with no cane or cape going into it.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was comfortable with the laser skips either. Which, it's just, I mean, it's something to learn. You learn.
Hey, my laser skips weren't too great. I definitely take no damage if I've got the yellow shield and I don't have to do the sword hold thing. Getting away from those lasers, super easy for me, but walking into them, I just always take a hit, and I just say, you know what, I'll just take 4 hearts every time I walk into them, and it's going to be fine. I'll clear the bridge slow. You saw me open that door up immediately because I knew, okay, 17 hearts, but green mail, we're just going to be safe.
So how did you like that ped?
I was really hoping it would be ped because I said, again, I've got the execution, so I want it to be the most all dungeonsy, obnoxious seed it possibly can that requires you to hit everything. I don't want it to be a seed where you can, find go mode by reaching in and finding the right spots to go to. And it definitely was that seed. It looks like Digidude did not get hyper lucky and route that. He definitely could have won if he had. And this is exactly the kind of seed I was afraid of racing, but luckily it didn't give us armor because Ped was one of them. Who knows where the other one was? Was it here in GT?
No, it looks like it was, unless it's in the big chest or the climb, it looks like it was probably in Swamp.
Yeah, I did not check Mini Helmasaur room, so yeah, probably Swamp.
Because he did the entire left side, and so the only thing we haven't seen is big chest. You cleared the rest of Compass Room, so yeah, it's just big chest we haven't seen. And the climb.
Yeah. And we're about to see him get his big key.
And you got cornered by Gizdos there, that was a little scary.
Yeah. Oh, no! Small key! You need a small key! Oh wait, he's got plenty, never mind. Sorry.
He is too.
Oh yeah, he got the small key out of the tower room.
Yeah. I considered doing tile room. Oh, so he felt far enough behind that he did tile room.
Yeah, he did the entirety of left side, and then
just gonna
tile room on the way to Compass.
Gonna wait for the anti-fairy to come around. What else to say? It's one of those heart-pounding, heart-thumping. It's one of the things I love about cash boots. No matter where you're at, you can definitely feel behind the entire seed, no matter what. And I see Digidude in the waiting room, and I know it's going to be quite a climb. Is it faux pas to bring him in now? Oh, I guess that's a yes. Sorry. Okay, so what else happened in this seed? We had a mountain that really didn't want you to show up to the mountain. It really wanted you to be late. We had a flute that really. That. Where was that flute?
The flute was in pod. It was in the Bowlock side of pod.
Okay. I went into pod super early, right? I'm starting to blank on the seed. It's all starting to turn into a blur now.
Yeah, you did Thieves Town in front of Skullwoods before heading over that way.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I definitely felt burned by not having done Hype Cave first, because that gold gloves in there would have definitely made a counterclockwise route through CAC, and if I was gonna do that Smith chain anyway, it would have made it very rewarding. It turned out those flippers were actually. The flippers were not necessary and were quite a misdirection if I had followed those into Swamp.
Yeah, I was telling him how much I didn't like you guys finding flippers there.
Because logically, the only thing they were required for was Ice Palace, but obviously you don't need them to get in there.
But yeah, there was a point where some people were saying somebody could have made the early mountain climb, which in retrospect would have been pretty decent, but I think you still would have went and go mode about the same time. Because the way it should have worked out was if you had picked up the Hylia Lake sword for your second sword, then you could have went and got Quake and finished TR your first trip up the mountain.
Yeah, Digidude had the knowledge of Quake, but could not get it initially because he didn't have Master Sword.
He checked the Bombos. Yeah, he checked Bombo's tablet on Fighter Sword.
Oh yeah, I didn't have the book yet at that point, or else that would have been really easy to bring in with that. Wait,
yeah,
did I have the book?
Pod.
No, I don't think I did.
Yeah, you did the Smith chain before Pod because you had doubled back to check the shovel after Hype Cave.
When Digidude does join us, there is one little neat thing he pulled off that I do want to ask about, where he learned from. He did a bomb jump in pod that I don't know if I've ever seen before.
Where's that at?
Left side. He completely skipped, like, jumping across the bridge and hitting the switch.
Jumping across the bridge and hitting the switch in pod.
Yeah, to get to the back.
The main lobby room.
He went to the left where you were like supposed to go and jump down, and he bomb jumped straight up at the door.
I'm gonna have to watch this.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it before. It was actually kind of neat.
All right, well, let's see if he decided to check. Oh, hey, we had another bottle up there. Nice safeties in Mini Helmasaur room. Oh, I need to be watching the restream instead of the raw stream. I might be a few seconds ahead.
Yep, so armor's still not here, so highly likely the armor was sitting in Swamp and Ped. He did not check Ped, so he does not know that one armor's on Ped, so that's probably why he's still looking.
Well, and yeah, and who who knows where that other armor is? We sure don't.
Yep, all that he has left is validation chest.
Yep, and Pre-Moldorm, neither of which had anything.
That Moldorm too nicely there.
All right, so let's see. Next week, who does Aga's backup dancers go up against next week? We're against oh gosh, it's Mikaneko Pai and Gilgamesh. They're running both the races, and that is that's the for pilot spoiler week. And I'm trying to remember their team name. I'm gonna have to look this up. Yeah, Sawhawks kids, thank you.
So it's Aga's backup dancers versus Sawhawks kids.
Which a little fun, Palace of Darkness division. They took one game off of who was it? I was quite impressed. Guess I got to bring up the website, don't I?
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about Pilar Split earlier and about the mode, and Hitman was talking about how if he was looking forward to next week. So how are you looking for next week, John? You looking forward to it?
Me? Yeah. The Pi is really evenly matched with me. I don't know about Gilgamesh. They are switching off. They're swapping. I'm going to be piloting Koi one race, and Koi is going to be piloting Hitman one race. It's going to be really interesting. I consider myself probably the weakest router out of everyone that's going to be running. Gilgamesh excluded because I don't know him. But I've got a second brain with me when I've got Koi with me, and we've got his excellent execution versus I don't know if it's gonna be Pi's or Gilgamesh's execution. So I think we have a slight edge, but a slight edge isn't enough even in spoiler. Like it gives you a chance, but we're definitely gonna have the restream open, watching if we're ahead or behind the whole time.
And Digidude dropping into his cannon fight here.
Yeah,
Okay,
probably it's going to be an interesting week. We'll see how it ends up playing out. So this moves you guys to 3-3 in your division.
Yep. It was Talon beating Skeeter from Dante made us join. That was the impressive win. Which actually, thinking about Talon, like yeah, I can see him doing that. Glad we don't have to race him next week. Pretty scary runner. Oh, where was Berna?
Left side of GT basement.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in the fire bar room.
That would have made this fight a lot less scary for sure.
Which I think is the vanilla map chest.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
All right, and honestly, I think when you've got silvers, phase 2 is the scariest part of Aga or of Ganon. Unless you get a little too greedy and take a hug when you're trying to light the torches in sequence and go for that triple, and then you don't get the triple. Okay, and he's gonna port to, oh no, he's gonna give you a hug, watch out! Okay, phew. Oh wow, being really safe, doesn't even want to risk hitting those silvers. I don't blame it. At the end of a seed like this, a fall is so much more of a time loss than being careful.
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest time loss you can have is a death or a fall.
And he finishes with a double. GG, Digidude.
Yep. And Digidude crosses the line and finishes with an official race time of 1:57.20. About 17 minutes after John. So get your GGs in chat, and we are joined by Digidude. GG, Digidude.
Yeah.
GG's.
Jeez.
GG. Don't let that 17 minutes fool you. You were 5 minutes behind me going into TR, less?
Probably
wow.
less. You were about, because of your double back, if he didn't double back, you were half a TR ahead.
Okay.
You both missed the big key.
Yeah, okay.
It's easy to do.
And I'm guessing it was also my laser bridge attempts.
Laser bridge hurt a little bit. Yeah, laser skips are something that is a skill that you have to pick up. That's not too bad to pick up. It's timing.
And in GT, John went straight to the right to compass room for the big key.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I want to ask the first question for Digidude. Did you even bother checking prize packs and escape?
Nope.
I started. I was like, I'm dutifully killing as many guards as I can. I want to see that prize pack. And then I opened up the first bombs and like, okay, that basically gets you through crack. And then I opened up more bombs and more bombs and more bombs.
Yep.
And said, okay,
Yep.
I bet bombs are going to be the stun prize. I checked it as soon as I could. I think they were.
Yep.
They were.
Yep. You had that. You had hearts for crab drops and arrows for tier 2. I don't think we saw anything else.
Oh, good. Hey, John, did you find any mail upgrades? We saw one on pedestal, but
Yep. I did check the ped one. I did not find any others. The speculation it was in that swamp. I'm guessing you didn't. Looking at your tracker, you did not check dip swamp either, or did you?
I did not even touch it.
Okay. Did you dip Skull Woods? I ended up going back and full clearing it before I went back and checked the Bombos tablet. Since I did Smith Chain before I had the book, so Bombos tablet just wasn't an option in there for me.
He did the front of Skullwoods early on, same as you when you first went into the Dark World.
Yeah. That's one of my main go-tos for Dark World checks, but
Penance Skull Woods is Overworld, right?
yep.
Yeah, agreed.
I checked Bombos as soon as I could, and remembered there was a sword on Island.
Oh
Islet
yeah,
Island. Yeah.
that I had that island as soon as I could have that, or sorry, that sword. I had that sword very those flippers. Oh yeah, we did want those flippers. Those flippers were useful for something. Yeah, I forgot about that. So that means did you get the flippers?
I
Oh yeah,
did.
you did Smith Chain.
Well, that and Ice Palace was required.
Yeah, is that where the third sword was?
The other two swords were on the mountain.
Yeah, this seed was. Oh right, yeah, because there are only 3 seeds planted around. The fourth one doesn't turn into a 20 in cash boots. So yeah. Overall, a very rude seed, very easy to go the wrong direction for a long time. I got to retire at 17 hearts. I don't know if you did.
Yes.
All right. Did we thank our trackers? Did we thank our Hey, thanks for coming this Hitman and Karma. Thanks for jumping in here. I think our tracker also came in pretty last.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, our tracker did come in last
Karma
second.
pulled double duty. He
Right,
calmed
thanks,
and
Karma.
tracked.
Yeah, thank you.
And thanks our
Not a problem.
How do I pronounce your name? Artarl? Well, how do I pronounce their name? One of you guys is going to have to help me out.
I believe it's Artarl.
All right.
Yeah, big thanks to them for doing the restream for us. Big thanks to my co-commentator for pulling the double duty, co-commenting with me and doing the tracking. And also a big thanks to you two for running this race and everybody for watching.
Yeah, not a
Yeah.
problem.
I think I got all my thoughts out. Let's see. Before, are we firing off a raid? I guess we'll ask. Digidude, what disgusted you the most about this seed?
My blind fight mostly. Because I was, I think I was, what? I had the script and then I was like 2 hits away and suddenly death. Oh no.
I misaligned and fell off script in the first phase. So yeah, didn't die because it was pretty safe. I went in there with a lot of goodies. I think it was on 10 hearts green mail at that point. But yeah, I get it. I don't see the chat. I don't have access to the chat room, so I can't see. Well, our Charles got us covered.
Right, well, GG's.
GG.
Still winless. Oh well.
Hey. 4 more weeks. You got 4 more weeks.
True.
And let's see, week 1 you were against a heavy hit. Wait, who was your opponent week 1?
Week 1 was yeah.
I'll just look at your schedule. Well, no, that's hard to look. I say that's hard to find. It's not hard to find. It's hard to find immediately when you've got too many tabs open. All right, let's. I think we're closing out. Are we? Artaro will give us a sign. Okay. Well, I'm done. Comms, are we done?
Yeah, I think we're just about wrapped up here.
All right. Well, I guess
Again,
let's.
thank you to everybody for putting this on.
Yep, GG everyone, and I guess let's just close it out as soon as we see that collection rate, huh?
What was yours, by the way?
160. Yeah, I very, very safely routed this. Oh, hey, what a coincidence. All right, well, GG. Good night, everybody. Or good afternoon. Hey, there's more races coming up on all over the league channels. Check the schedule. It's going to be somewhere. That would have been really smart to check. Gosh, what's coming up? In an hour, just under an hour, we got reliable archery aces versus Triple T in the open league. There's a ton of races left today. It's a busy race day. GG, everybody.
GG's.